Stitch Sprouts is proud to present Technique Tuesday, your weekly source of knitting and crochet tips and tricks. Hello, and thank you for joining us today to learn about right and left lifted increases. I've already inserted this line of green contrasting yarn to help us identify the last right side row. This is the row we want to target for our lifted increases. When we work a right lifted increase, this row is one row below the stitch on the needle. We want to lift the right leg of this stitch and place it onto the left needle. And then knit it, creating a new stitch. Then knit our regular stitch. Note, in this video I keep saying that you need to knit the stitch after a right lifted increase, but in fact the increase is just the lifted stitch. The stitch after is not part of the increase. I'm just knitting it to show you how the stitch will look coming out of the stitch below. In a pattern, you should not count that next stitch as part of the increase. The same applies with the left. The lifted stitch is the increase, not the stitch before. You can see that both stitches now appear to be coming out of the same green stitch. Let's do this again. Lift the right leg of the stitch below the next stitch on the needle and place it onto the left-hand needle. Knit it, then knit the next stitch. Both stitches now appear to be coming from the same stitch. Okay, let's look at the left lifted increase. For this, we need to get at the left leg of that green stitch. But to do this, we have to knit the next stitch first. This drops that column of stitches so that the green stitch is now 2 stitches below the stitch on the needle. Insert your left needle into the green stitch and lift it up. Now knit it through the back loop to create a new stitch. Again, you can see that 2 stitches appear to be coming from the green stitch. Let's do it again. Knit into the stitch in the column we want to increase. Lift the left leg of the stitch 2 stitches down. And knit it through the back. 2 stitches now appear to be coming from the same stitch. Let's review both lifted increases. Right lifted. 1 stitch down, lift the right leg onto the left needle. Knit, then knit the regular stitch. Left lifted. Knit the regular stitch. Lift the left leg. Knit through the back. This is all fine and good when you have a contrasting row to work with, but your project probably won't have this. Let me speed things up and knit a few rows. Then I'll show you again without this advantage. Okay, let's review. Right lifted, we want one stitch below the stitch on the needle. Lift from back to front and place on the needle. Knit this to create a new stitch. Knit the regular stitch. Again, one below, right leg, knit, knit. Left lifted. We have to get to that left leg, so we need to knit the regular stitch first. Then we go 2 stitches below the stitch we just knitted, lift the left leg with the left needle, knit into its back loop to create a new stitch. Again, knit, 2 below, lift leg, knit into back. Right, 1 below, right leg, knit, knit, left, knit, 2 below, left leg, knit into back. And there you have it, both right and left lifted increases. Thank you for joining us for this Technique Tuesday. If you have any questions about this video or if you want to suggest other techniques for us to demo, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date with everything Stitch Sprouts.